Hey everyone, welcome to our channel Life Creative. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how we put together these really fun spring-inspired STEM sensory bins. Here we're putting together our first sensory bin that's going to help our children learn how to count. First, we're going to add some black beans to the bottom of our bin as our base. Then we're going to be adding in our seed starters, our garden markers, these really fun and cute garden tools, and these styrofoam carrots, all found at the dollar store. The goal of this sensory bin is to help your children learn how to count. On one side of the garden marker, we wrote the number. Another fun idea would be to write out the letter on the back of the garden marker so your children also learn how to spell. Then what your kids are going to do is they're going to pick up the carrots, and in every one of the seed starters, they're going to be planting their carrots. We always add in a magnifying glass as well, so that our children can look closely at all of the details of everything that's in their sensory bins. The fun part about these sensory bins is that they're STEM focused. And if you don't know what that means, it means that they're focused towards science, technology, engineering, and math. It allows children to become a little more curious and hands-on with their learning. It also allows children to start to learn how to solve problems on their own. This sensory bin is a little more geared towards nature and having our children learn how to put together a bird's nest. Along with your children learning on their own while playing with the sensory bins, it's also fun to interact with them while playing with them. You can ask simple questions like, can you build a bird's nest? How would you build your bird's nest? Is the bird's nest big enough to protect the eggs? Simple questions like this will also help your children learn how to use their imaginations. Another fun activity along with these sensory bins is to take your children out into nature and have them pick up leaves and rocks and twigs that they find on the ground. You can add those into your sensory bin and have your children use those to help build your nest as well. For our base of this bin, we used coffee beans, some ground coffee beans, and some Oreo cookie crumbs. We also have this homemade edible Play-Dough that we made that smells delicious. We added in these coconut shells as well. These are going to help our kids take the Play-Dough and form out a bird's nest. We threw in some craft moss and some craft feathers and a few little birds. Here's the recipe of how we put together our edible Play-Dough. We got this Betty Crocker whipped icing at the grocery store, and all we did is we added in icing sugar. You're going to mix it around with a spatula until you start to notice it forming a doughy consistency. Then you're going to start mixing with your hands and adding in more icing sugar until you get the consistency of Play-Dough. You'll notice when you begin using your hands that it's going to be a little more sticky. Just keep adding in your icing sugar. Eventually, it will mix into a moldable ball. We're putting together one more sensory bin here. For the base, we used dyed rice. And then we also got these plastic eggs from the dollar store, as well as these little wooden letters. What we did is we added the wooden letters inside of the Easter eggs, and then we put in some pom-poms and some stretchable bunnies. This is just a small, easy sensory bin that you can put together in a matter of minutes, and it will help your children learn their alphabet. The way that we got the dyed rice for our sensory bin is we used it to help dye our Easter eggs. This is a great way to get your children involved in dyeing Easter eggs. It's really easy, there's very little mess, and there's no waste. Once you're done dyeing your Easter eggs, you're going to just use that rice as the base of a sensory bin. Thanks for watching our video. Our next video in our Easter series is going to be kid-friendly Easter decor. Hopefully we'll see you then.